Hi Gemini, welcome to your August 2019 Love Tarot reading. My name is Amanda Pearl. I am also known as the Queer Psychic Queen on Instagram and here. And we'll be talking about your love life from August 16th to August 31st. And this video would be good for any Gemini Sun, Rising, or Venus since it's a love reading. And when I was pulling the cards, I just got this image of you finally being on your feet. That's the image that came up. Like you finally kind of getting it together. In the second half of August. So for the reading overview card, I pulled the Awakening card, and in the second half of August, it just feels like you're experiencing a shift in perspective that has been a long time coming and that you've been waiting for, but and you've been kind of scared, but it feels really, really good. In your love life specifically, it feels like you're really seeing things for what they are at this point and not living in any kind of delusions as far as things being better than they really are or worse than they really are. So it just feels like the second half of August feels very grounded for you. It feels just like you're finally feeling clear-headed. That's how it feels too, as if you were very confused for a long time. So for your reading today, I pulled 3 sets of cards. I pulled some cards for what are you feeling in love, what's the other person feeling, and then I pulled some cards for the outcome of your love life in mid-August. So how are you feeling in love? I pulled the Separation card and the 9 of Water, which is the 9 of Cups. And so the second half of August, Gemini, what I'm getting with this combination of cards is that you're finally feeling over an ex that you honestly weren't sure that you were ever going to be over. You're finally over them and it feels super good to you. It just feels it was a slow process, of course. You don't get over somebody in one day. It's slowly thinking less and less and less about them. But you finally just feel on your feet. You feel you don't ever think about them, or when you do think about them, it's not a longing feeling. It's more of just it's, I mean, we're so conditioned. If you dated them for a while, you thought about them on a daily basis for a long time. So basically the second half of August is just the energy has left from your body of this other person, the cords are cut, and it just feels like you're moving on. I do feel somebody else had a play in this, and what I mean by somebody else had a play in this is I do feel you might be dating somebody else or involved with, I dropped a card. You might be dating somebody else or involved with somebody else. And that was really the last piece that you needed to get over this person. The 9 of Water is a really nice card. It's the card of a wish coming true. So it just feels it's such a long time coming of you getting over your ex, and it feels it's finally happening. So hallelujah. It feels super good to you. I think that's why you're feeling so high vibe, because you are at that moment where you're realizing hey, I haven't thought about this person in a week. Hey, I haven't thought about this person in this long. And it feels really good to you to just have some time where you're not thinking about them. So, and just feeling over them. And you know how it is, right when you break up with somebody, it's almost will I ever be over this person? But you finally feel just that. And so what is the other person thinking? I don't feel this is the person that you got over. I feel this is a new person. What are they thinking? And I pulled the Worth Waiting For and the 6 of Fire. So what I really got from this card is maybe you are dating somebody, but more for my single Geminis, it feels somebody really likes you and they've just been kind of deciding on when they want to talk to you about it. Now, if you're like somebody who likes another person and you don't know if they like you back, it definitely always feels like such a risk to tell someone like I like you or try to take it to that next level. I mean, when you start to think about it, you also start to think like, what do I even say? Like, I want to get to know you better. What do I even say? This person like looks at you. I pulled the Six of Fire, the Six of Wands. This person really looks at you like just such a win, like such a victory, such like good news, a breath of fresh air in their life. And they are, I don't want to say it's like they're waiting for you, but it's like they're waiting for you in that they only want to date you. So they're not really trying to date anybody else. But I also just see them not really like also reaching out to you. So it just feels like this person is like waiting in the rafters. I also get the feeling that this person is a little bit more masculine than you might be used to dating. So keep that in mind with the Six of Fire. It's like a very like, it's like a, you can see it looks like he's having like a victory in battle. So it's like a masculine energy around this other person, and it feels like this other, like it feels like you've known this other person in a friend capacity if you're a single Gemini, because it feels like they know about this person that you're like getting over, and they know like about the situation and why you broke up. And like they don't have any like qualms about that or issues with that, but it just feels like they like you, but it feels so held back. I'm not sure. Like, let's see why aren't they coming forward? Like, why isn't this person coming forward? Let's ask. Why isn't this person coming forward? Oh, okay, so I pulled the Sun card. I love to pull this card in Leo season because Leo season is like the sign of the sun. The Sun card coming up in this reading is telling me that like this person will come forward. I don't feel like they're going to come forward in the last 2 weeks of August, but it's only a 2-week period, so it's not like ever. This person will come forward, and when they do come forward to you, they'll come forward to you in like a more confident and powerful, not, you know what I mean, like just standing in their power, basically is what I mean by powerful. I feel like this person has a lot of other stuff going on in their life right now, and to be honest, like you'd probably want them to handle it before you date them anyways, so it will definitely be better that they come to you at a later time when they feel all squared away. So what is the outcome for your love life in mid to late August, Gemmies? I pulled the Retreat card and the Eight of Earth card. What I'm getting with this card, Gemini, is that towards the end of August, you really like dive deep into either furthering your own business or your own passion, or starting something new like school, or school starts for you and you start like really concentrating on that, because it just feels like it's not anything to do with like your heart being open or less open. It just feels like towards the end of the month, this is really where you're at. The Eight of Earth is the Eight of Pentacles, and it's really the card of like studying, and it's like a literal fairy and he's studying. And it's like the card of studying and like becoming more skilled in your field. It's also the card of going back to school. So you or this other person might be going back to school. It feels like you, but ultimately you sort of, in a way, I don't feel like it's like you think to yourself, oh, I'm just going to take a break from dating. I don't feel like you purposefully think that. I just feel like you just sort of dive further into your schooling or your business or your passion. And some of you I'm getting like working out. So that's great. Because working out is super helpful for me for like my mood. And it just sort of like fades into the background. Your guides do tell me that you do think about this person sometimes. So that's pretty interesting. When I ask back to them, like if you think about them in a romantic way, I feel like you do. But it just feels like, this is how it feels. It feels like the other person is just a little bit held back in their feelings. So you didn't really feel that like ultimate love connection just because this person like didn't put that energy out for you to match it. And so you didn't really get to that point, but you have thought about this person before and you have thought about this person romantically. So it's very interesting that, like they're coming forward soon, because it feels like a long time coming, that they've not been watching you, but have known you for a long time. I do feel like they're going to come forward fairly soon. It just doesn't feel like in this 2-week period. So that is your love reading for the end of August, Geminis. If you'd like to dive deep into your love life, my email is queerpsychicqueen@gmail.com. My website is queerpsychicqueen.com if you'd like to book a reading. My Instagram is also queerpsychicqueen. I do readings there. I post a lot of content there, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I love you, Gemini.